What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Club here, back with another video, and in this one, I want to talk about the New England Patriots re-signing veteran interior offensive lineman James Ferentz to a one-year deal worth about $1.1 million. That includes only $200,000 in guaranteed money. Now, make sure you guys do leave a big like on this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news if you have not already, and comment below your thoughts on the Patriots re-signing James Ferentz. While you're at it too, make sure you guys do hit that bell notification once you do subscribe, and make sure you hit notifications so that you get notified for every single video I post and that you are not late for every single upload. With the draft here, with free agency here, with trades happening, you guys aren't going to want to miss anything. Now, the New England Patriots are making moves a lot faster than they usually do, but they're doing exactly what I told you guys they were going to do, in which they take care of their players first, and then they look to exterior players to add to the team. So with that being said, when free agency does begin, the legal tampering period does begin, I do expect that the Patriots are going to start off heavy and are going to start off not just silently re-signing their own players, but are going to right away start signing players from an exterior standpoint that are on the free agency market, because they are taking care of their players and re-signing their own players earlier than they usually do. Now, as for James Ferentz here, this is a guy that I 100% believe the Patriots were going to bring back. It was going to happen at some point, but I did not think that they were going to bring him back this early. Now, James Ferentz is one of those guys that he's always back to the Patriots. There's a few things in life that are just inevitable. It's going to happen no matter what, right? Death, taxes, and James Ferentz re-signing with the Patriots. Now, with that being said, because of that factor, and the fact that this is James Ferentz, a veteran interior offensive lineman who isn't going to be a starter for your team and really doesn't get much interest outside of the Patriots, I knew that he was going to, one, not have much of a market, but two, re-sign to the Patriots. So he's someone that the team essentially could have waited on. And this is something that Bill Belichick does a lot. Players that he knows that he can get back on the team, or players that Bill Belichick knows he can get later on, he'll wait to sign them in order to make sure that he has, one, enough money, but two, enough roster spots to get the guys that he needs on the team right away on the team. So this one definitely does come as a little bit of a shock in terms of how early they did sign him, but this is an excellent move by the Patriots. They're getting an interior offensive lineman for only about, again, $1.1 million, and the only money that's guaranteed there is $200,000. And with James Ferentz, he isn't a guy that you sign long-term, because you always look at what you have, and you always kind of reset his market from there. The longer a player's contract is, the harder it's going to hit against the cap, so it makes sense that the Patriots only do sign James Ferentz to one-year deals. But you do look at the Patriots' interior offensive line, and their starters are good, but the depth behind those starters is not good, all right? You have Michael Onwenu at right guard, you have Cole Strange at left guard, and David Andrews at center. Luckily enough for the Patriots here, in James Ferentz, he's so versatile that he can play literally anywhere. If he needs to be plugged in at center, left guard, or right guard, he can, and that's why he's always back to the Patriots. Now, behind your starters, other than, again, David Andrews, Cole Strange, and Michael Onwenu, you really didn't have guys under contract within the interior. Now, currently the Patriots, other than James Ferentz, don't have any guys who can play center other than David Andrews. The only guys that they have that are signed at the guard position other than James Ferentz were Cody Russi and Chasen Hines, neither of which have proven anything. So the Patriots do need to build up some depth there within the interior of their offensive line, and they're doing that by bringing back a guy who knows this system, because his entire career has basically been within this system. And you're getting such a versatile player that can be plugged in at all three interior positions with only having to waste one roster spot. And so far this offseason, the Patriots have made a few moves when it comes to re-signing free agents, whether that's been re-signing Connor McDermott, whether that's now re-signing James Ferentz, whether that was re-signing Matthew Slater. And the New England Patriots, after the James Ferentz signing, are still at about $31 million in available cap space. So we've made about 3 or 4 signings already in free agency, and we've only spent about $3 million. Now again, looking back here at James Ferentz's statistics, they're not going to be anything that blow you away. But at the same time, James Ferentz isn't a guy that you want starting the entire year. He can be a rotational piece. He can be plugged in if dehydration kicks in for a player or they're dealing with an injury, whether that's short-term or long-term. But let's say that Cole Strange, Michael Onwenu, or David Andrews was to go down in training camp, be out the entire year, which, knock on wood, that does not happen. James Ferentz is not necessarily a guy that you'd want starting from the beginning of the year to the end of the year and potentially a postseason. Now, if we look back at James Ferentz's numbers from the 2022 season, again, they're not terrible for a guy who is a rotational piece. And especially are not bad for a guy that, again, does not play at one specific position. He's really being moved wherever in a moment's notice. Now, this past year, James Ferentz appeared in a total of 12 games for the New England Patriots. In those 12 games, he played a total of 268 snaps. He only allowed one penalty, only had one penalty and only allowed a total of 2 sacks. Overall, PFF graded him an overall grade of 53.4, a pass blocking grade of 74.5, which is actually pretty good, but a run blocking grade of 43.8, which is what really drops his overall grade there, according to PFF. This past year, he did not play any snaps at left tackle or right tackle, but he played 8 snaps at left guard, 251 at center because of David Andrews' injuries, and 6 at right guard, and actually even came in and played 3 snaps at tight end. With those numbers, you can obviously tell that James Ferentz is mainly going to be a pass-blocking interior offensive lineman. He's not much of a run blocker, which is a big difference between him and David Andrews, because again, he mainly did fill in for David Andrews during 2022. As it comes to David Andrews, he is more of a run blocker than a pass blocker. James Ferentz coming in was more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. To back that statement up even more, James Ferentz came in and played a total of 165 pass blocking snaps with just 103 run blocking snaps. To go along with the 2 sacks and 1 penalty, he only allowed 0 quarterback hits and 4 total pressures. So again, while he is not elite by any means, while he's not going to open up holes for you and take on double teams, and really just isn't going to wow you with his blocking in any way, shape, or form, for a guy that, again, is as versatile as he is, and is really a rotational piece at a moment's notice of injuries, you really cannot argue the value in which you are getting for James Ferentz. But again, what are your guys' thoughts on this signing? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video and, of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news from top to bottom, draft, free agency, trades, all that great stuff, mock drafts. Got you guys covered for it all, so make sure you guys do follow the channel. But other than that, make sure you guys do remember, go Pats.